Everybody, it's OG Cat Gaming here, bringing you for the first time ever. You gotta be, yes, definitely. You gotta be patient with me. The first time ever review on a game. And today we are reviewing Control. I'm judging things by story, atmosphere, environment, sound quality, enjoyability, and combat. Now, it's gonna be kind of hard to do these reviews and actually playing the game, so I'm just running around. But I wanted you guys to see some of the things I was talking about. The summary of the game: it's a psychological horror and suspense supernatural mystery game. The main plot of the game is about a woman named Jessie focusing on a personal search for answers as she grows into a new role, being the director of the bureau. The story, I wrote everything down so this video won't be super long, but I'll show you some gameplay aspects of it later on, like the shooting and stuff like that. The story, no spoilers here for the game, just my opinion on it. As the story goes, is actually fantastic. Keeps you on your toes throughout the experience. The world you are in is called the Old House. Even though it's just a one big building in an open world, I found it unique because the building is ever changing, and through my 10 hours of gameplay, I didn't grow tired of it. There are some opportunities in the story I thought they could do more, especially with the brother. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I obviously felt like they could have done a whole lot more with her brother and how they handled that whole situation. Because since he was the reason you actually went to the bureau, so I thought they were going to do more. But even at the end of the game, I was left wanting more, and that's not a bad thing. Because there's some games that are just bad and there's nothing to it, and you beat it and you're like, if it was more it would have been better. But no, this was just good enough where it kept me on my toes wanting more and more and more, but couldn't have it, so but I still enjoyed it. And also on the after note, oh, what the heck's wrong with that? Huh. But yeah, an afterthought, some of the side quests were the ones that I've done pretty engaging. I liked the going after the objects of power, because those are what help you give certain abilities and stuff like that. Get ready just in case some combat happens. To the environment and atmosphere, I'm not going to read everything word for word off my page. I'm going to go off on some things myself. The environment, yes, it's one big building as this, but the building does change. It shifts in a way because it's an old house. It's actually an object of power. It shifts, it changes, so it doesn't stay the same, especially after you cleanse a point from your enemies. After your enemies are called control, if you didn't know that, but after you defeat the enemies like this, there is some points in the game kind of acts like a safe area, in which you can fast travel to new areas, upgrade, restore your health. That's how you restore your health if you don't catch no health pickups and stuff. So I always thought that was pretty cool. The details in this game, I found myself being attracted to the details. Like, I was sitting here, not what you thought, but like my eyes could not stop looking at everything as I was playing the game. Like just simple things like this mustard and ketchup, they're actually pretty detailed if you look at them. Everything, like the environment's destructive, and I like that. I love environmental, areas that you can play with. Yeah, like I said, the detail in this game is pretty good, and even on the smallest things, like later on towards the game or just at the beginning, wherever you see it, you can look at some coffee mugs, and they look pretty damn detailed. And just the areas in the game, yes, some of them kind of do look similar, but in a way they don't. Like some little odd pieces keep it from being different, because this is only like the really only cafeteria like this in the whole area, so that's what makes this unique. Of course, I still got enemies somewhere. Try not to die during my own review. Okay, now sound quality. I'm not a big sound quality guy, but I'll try to be do my best when it comes to reviewing with the sound quality. Sound quality, as you can hear, is pretty good. The bullets sound realistic. The little noise when you pick up stuff with your telekinesis. The ambience, when you defeat enemies, like that sound that just went off. There's areas with music, especially my favorite part of the game. There's this area with a maze, right? And you meet a character pretty early on in the game named Ati. He gives you, later on in the game, he gives you a music player, and there's a song that'll help you get through the maze. It's just a rock song and all that. You're just rocking out and shooting the hiss. I enjoyed that a whole lot. It was like I said, one of my favorite parts of the game. The guns sound like how these type of guns are supposed to sound like. I'm not a gun expert, so you can't quote me on that, but yeah, all in all, I think they did really well on the sound. I think this game, mostly, they put the care into it. Like, they really appreciate what they do. I forget who made the game. I'll have to look it up and maybe put it in the comments or something. But the developers really did a great job at this game. And I know this is a game from last year, but I mean, when I play games, I want to let y'all know what my opinion of the game was, just in case somebody wants to play and they don't know, they're on the fence. And I'll tell you what, like, just like that, like, the environment, I like destructive environment. Shooting the chair, you see, when I shot the chair, it's holding this up, destroy it when I pick that up. I like that. Now, combat and enjoyability. Ooh, this is going to be a long chapter. I'm not going to read from that because I can basically tell you everything there is to know just by looking at. That was just a reference, just in case I got, nervous, because I'm not good with presentations and stuff. Alright, as you know, this is a shooter game. It has this, but it's not just a shooter game. You got abilities like telekinesis, mind control, where you can control other enemies and have them work for you. You can block. There's also different weapon types that you can upgrade. Like you can have a shotgun, sniper, I think a grenade launcher too. And the enemies, the hiss, there's a great variation of it. There's not too little enemies, not too much. Some different enemy types give you a different challenge, so you got to prepare for it. Like, of course, you got the regular grunts with the guns, but then you also got elemental hiss that throws stuff at you. So you got to keep on your toes with that. There's some that fly, some explode. See, this one, the cleanses points I was talking about, you go heal, cleanse, you get abilities. This is how you construct different weapon types, mods, jukebox tokens, and then you can put it in a, well, the jukebox is a object of power, which helps you give you, like, you know, your abilities and stuff. The abilities, the perk trees, pretty simple: health, energy, what you use to throw stuff and use your special abilities, melee, because you can attack with it. I'll show you in a minute. On launch, you can throw things. Shield, protect yourself. Seize, which is to control somebody. And levitate, which is actually one of my favorite abilities. I'll show you now. Go like this and you fly. You upgrade it to do the duration and stuff, and it'll lightly let you down so you don't just fall and hurt yourself. But yeah, this is melee, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the different variations, they present a challenge, and you have to build different strategies to overcome those challenges. There was one point in this game where I got super frustrated, because let me start off with, the game itself does not have a difficulty setting. You just jump in the game. There's no difficulty setting. The difficulty is the setting, basically. It's not as hard as Dark Souls would be and stuff like that, but it is pretty difficult. Depending on certain situations, like at the end of the game, the end game, the difficulty spikes so high. It's like crazy, because this is one area. I'm not going to spoil the game, because you can play the game, or you can watch my playthrough or somebody else's playthrough. Link, I ain't gonna put the links in the description, but if you go to my playlist, they'll be there. But as I was saying, the difficulty spikes so high. There was this area, it was like a satellite array. That's the closest it reminds me of. Well, there was these platforms you had to do to... You had to jump on these platforms to basically turn off the satellites, because they were trying to control something. I'm not going to say what it was, what it is, or anything. Well, as you turn it off, more and more enemies spawn, and the difficulty rises, of course. I never figured out how to get through these areas. Okay, I'm not worried about it. But as you do it, like I said, the enemies get more and more difficult. And I got so frustrated at this one point, because I just kept dying. Like, soon as you jumped on the platform, you were given no time at all. You just died. Excuse that noise. My wife's doing laundry, because she's starting a new job, and she's, getting all that, and she's a mess. She's trying to rush, and when really she just needs to calm down. But yeah, sorry if I keep saying a lot. I'm not good with presentations or talking, so that's why I'm doing that. But like, it was so hard, like I said, as you jumping on the platform, like, you don't even get 2 steps, like 1, 2, you're dead, because those enemies that throw the elemental like this, but it's kind of hard to dodge. And there was also people with rocket launchers. I love the rocket launchers in this game, the enemy types, because they do present a challenge. But oh my god, are they so OP? They're heat seekers. They're not regular rocket launchers. They can shoot at you and they'll follow you. So as you're trying to kill other enemies, you got people, like 3 or 4 people, shooting rocket launchers at you, and you're just trying to run and survive, and then you get killed by someone with levitating ability. See, here's another one where you gotta either throw stuff at, or you gotta melee to break the shield. Yeah, but for people that are hard at the game, see, this is one of the dudes who I think a sniper rifle or rocket launcher. But rocket launcher looks like. That's why he ain't shooting close to me. But even though the game is hard, and I don't want people to be too deterred from it, because like I said, they were all, it's not that hard. They give you ample opportunity and abilities to get better. So it's not like they're trying to just kill you, keep on killing you. There's ways to overcome. I know there's some people that are bad at video games. I understand. I'm not the best at certain video games. I'm not good at platformers that much. For people that are not good at the game, and they want, like, hey, what can I do? I still want to play the game because I'm interested in the story, but I'm not good at, the combat. If you go to the options setting in the gameplay section, if you go to this, you can do aim assist if you're not good at shooting, and you can do immortality and one-hit kills. And the last section I would say is the enjoyability. I actually enjoyed this game a whole lot. It was fun. There were some parts that got me kind of aggravated, but not in the fault of the game, because I actually enjoyed it. The combat was great, because I played a lot of games where the combat is not as good, and if the combat is bad, it kind of ruins the whole game. Graphics are something good to look at. As you can see, the area is pretty beautiful. There's down the elevator, there's multiple sections. There's the power plant, which I'll show you now. Let me go ahead and show you now. The power plant, the maintenance sector. Let me go to the power plant for y'all. There's a maintenance. Well, there's a new sector, investigations, probably with the DLC. Which I'll play the DLC on my own time. But there is a lot to this game that makes it enjoyable and self-sustaining. Like I previously stated, I play a lot of games, so that's why I also felt like I should review, because I can. Here's more of the enemies. I can relate to casuals, and at the same time, I can relate to some hardcore players, because not everybody has the same play style. Not everybody's gonna like the same game, and you ain't gotta like the game personally to understand it's a good game. Like, some people just, like, their opinion of games, if they don't like it, then it's not a good game, which is not always the case, because there's some games I don't like, and I know they are great games. I just don't like the premise of it. For instance, Horizon Zero Dawn. I've never been a big fan of it, but I understand. I played it. I played the first one. I didn't beat it, but I played it, and I understand why people liked it. My rating of the game. There wasn't no technicality issues or glitches. Well, there maybe was one or two glitches, but not as bad as games of recent that I played. Like, yeah, that was a little glitch right there, but my character went right through the thing. But glitches wise, there's not a whole lot of glitches in it. The game's actually pretty structured pretty well. Like, they took their time with it. They didn't just force it out. So I appreciate them from actually putting the time in and actually, showing that they love games, the developers. But sound quality's pretty good. Alright, let me just get to my official rating before people are just like, tell me your rating. I would give this game a solid 8, because it is a fun game, but it's not a 9 or a 10. There's some things they could have did a little bit more to make it a super great game. I felt like maybe a couple more hours of content would make it better, besides the DLC, because DLC you just pay for afterwards. I'm saying just in the base game itself. I'm not reviewing the DLCs, I'm reviewing the base game. But yeah, I would give it an 8. I wish they would have did more with her brother, because her brother was just like, oh, here I am, this is the whole reason why you came, and I want to be with the hiss now, and like, I felt like it could have done more. But speaking of games though, it does. Ooh, I never seen that TV flashing. Okay, like that. Never went on top of here before. But as games of this year, the year it came out of, like I think the Guardians of the Galaxy came out the same year. They did pretty well. I'm I'm grateful that I got to play this. And for me, it has to be a really good game for me to give it 9 or 10. Don't think I'm just hating on the game just to hate on the game. Like, they would have to do something special to get a 9 or 10 for me. An 8's actually pretty good for me, because I hold games to a certain standard. I mean, I know some games can, like, there could be issues behind the development and stuff. I understand, or there could just be issues with the game and the bugs, and they just don't know how to fix it. I understand, because I play games that have bugs and enjoy it. Like I said, this game didn't really have bugs, but like, there's games that had lots of bugs, and I really enjoyed it. For instance, Security Breach, Five Nights at Freddy's. That was a good game for me, but I wouldn't give it an 8. I would give it a 7, just a flat 7, because all the glitches and stuff that happened to people and happened to myself. I actually broke the game at one point because I went to an area I was not supposed to. Now, enough me rambling on about other games. I just wanted you to know my criteria, and that I judge games fairly based, and it's all a matter of opinion. So my opinion might not reflect on your opinion. I'm just one man, and it's just my opinion on the game. But thank y'all for tuning in to my first official review. I didn't want this review to last 30 minutes or anything. I just wanted to show you some things of the game, which I'm always going to do with my reviews. How my reviews are going to go, I'm going to play the games first and drop the review after the game is played and all the videos up. It's only right. My next major one, there might be little ones in between, little reviews in between, but my next major review is going to be Ghostwire Tokyo. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things, but see me, I like to try things myself, and I just want to try things myself, because only you know if you actually like a game or not. Alright. Thank y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe. If y'all want notifications on my videos, just tap the bell. It'll be right by the subscribe button after you subscribed. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Peace out.